My name's Mike Mitchell. I call myself a wood artish because I'm not sure if what I make is always art, but I'm pretty confident. I'm the featured artist right now in this gallery show at the Yellowknife Visitors Center Gallery, 51 years in the biz. I had the opportunity to go to Charlottetown last year with an exhibit that Sarah Swan curated, and we had to do presentations there. And it's funny because after I did a presentation about my art, somebody asked me the same question: are you a stand-up comedian? A part of my presentation, I talked about humor, and I cited Jerry Seinfeld. He had a quote where he said basically, like, you know, you can get all bent out of shape about life, or you can just laugh at it. And so this is kind of protest art. Like, maybe it's a bit disarming, but it's basically my way of shaking the tree and saying, things isn't great in the world, so let's laugh at it a little bit. I said, yeah, I mean, I feel that I don't like being told what to do, generally in life, which is funny for a guy that works for the government. And so, yeah, this is my way of poking things, I guess. Yeah, like I really like to, I like to fuck with shit. One of the things that I took from, what was the name of that movie? It was about the making of the atomic bomb.
Yeah, Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so he cites the Bhagavad Gita in it, right, where he talks about, I become the destroyer of worlds. I see myself as a destroyer of words. And so I like to take words. I see the world through language. That's just how my brain works, I guess. Metallica is actually just metallic. The Silver Surfer is because the Silver Surfer, when you flip the L in the I, and so he's riding a little tiny surfboard made of a sliver of wood. I just like, yeah, I feel that the world I see is through the lens of language, and then that allows me to play with it and just to screw around with it. And I guess there's an anarchist drive to me, yeah. If I'm not a numbers guy, then what am I? I am a man of letters. I see myself as a destroyer of words, and so I like to take words. I see the world through language. That's just how my brain works, I guess. And so I see a written language, and my first instinct is to screw with it. My name's Mike Mitchell. I call myself a wood artish. It's kind of like a living room annex at my house. I put an addition on my house so my 16-year-old daughter didn't need to share a bedroom with her 13-year-old brother anymore. And part of the addition is like a long table and, yeah, I guess an electrical outlet. So no, not yet. I'd really like to have a space like a shed or something to work in, but right now my family often swims in sawdust and little bits of wood. So that one's like, you got to be older to get that. I said to my daughter when I made it, she said, so wait a second, Dad. She said, in order to get that joke, you gotta A, know Lord of the Rings, J.R. Tolkien, and B, know Dallas, because somebody shot J.R. in Dallas. I said, that's right. She said, that's pretty niche. I said, yeah, I guess so, but I know somebody's out there. And honestly, Johnny, like, sometimes if it makes me laugh, that's all that matters. This one over here, that box, I found that plywood for that spruce box at the dump. I don't know what it was for. Maybe somebody steamed wood in it, but I knew one day I'd do something with it. And then I thought, do you know the experiment Schrodinger's cat? It's like a quantum physics experiment, right? Where so the idea is the cat alive or dead within the box? You never know. So this one's called Schrodinger's stick. And so, is the stick alive or dead in there is the question, right? And I made it so you can actually open the top and see if the stick is alive or dead or not. So I don't know how many people will know anything about Schrodinger and quantum physics. I don't really know about quantum physics, but it just made me laugh, and so I did it. And not because I expected anyone else to get the joke, that I got it was enough. And I mean, I'm really grateful. You were talking about finding your people here. Like, I've been in Yellowknife since 2008, and only recently have I started to make art, but I found an art community. So I found, some new people and some people on it. They've been super supportive. The people that curated this, the people that run Crit Night through Makerspace and through the YK Art. So yeah, I mean, it's a team sport, I think. I'm talking about myself a lot, but I really want to recognize that this is a group effort. I think the food, especially like the fake food, I think people will gravitate to that. It kind of looks like, people know about that hot dog carousel I made. A lot of that's sort of like the first thing I ever exhibited. And so like if I have a brand, maybe it's wooden food, which is why we're having hot dogs catered at night, right? So if you come on the opening on Wednesday night instead of a charcuterie board, because I think we've seen enough of those, it's all hot dogs. So hopefully they got some nice, I asked for like kimchi and some kind of some classy toppings, but there better be yellow mustard too.
Yeah.
I'm pretty big into sauerkraut and mustard. Like if I want to be fancy, I'll do Dijon or something like that. But I've started putting hoisin sauce on them because my son likes hoisin sauce, and so we do hoisin plum sauce. So I make it like a Chinese restaurant hot dog, and then sometimes I'll put fries and chips. When I lived in France, there was a place there called American Hot Dog, and they put fries in the hot dog, and so I kind of got into that. So the veggie burger I have here, which is a wooden patty. There's also Ringles, which are like little thin slices of birch that I wrapped around a pole so that they bend like Pringles. And so you can stack those in the burger and have like a chip burger, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, because there's stuff on the table that people can kind of play around.